Once you have your forms in Medrio, it's incredibly easy to create cross-form and cross-visit edit checks to help manage the quality of your data without any coding or programming. We're going to create an edit check that evaluates if a user has added in an adverse event incorrectly, and we're going to alert our study team using Medrio's built-in query system. In this case, I want to know if the adverse event start date came before the participant's screen date. This would suggest that it's actually medical history and not an adverse event. So here I can pull in the variables that I want to compare. Our adverse event start date is going to be the trigger, and our visit date at the screening visit is going to be our comparison variable. If the start date is less than or comes before the participant's screen date, then we want to fire a query on this field. We do have to name our query. This will be AE before screened, and the description will be, this adverse event start date is prior to the participant's screen date. Please update the data. At this point, we just need to click create, and this will create the query in our study. Now we can go to one of our participants' casebooks. Here we're looking at participant number 2, and we already have a visit date at the screening visit. In this case, it is the 28th of May, 2025. If I come down to my adverse events form, I can start filling in any adverse events for this participant. Yes, they experienced a headache, and for the start date, I'm going to attempt to put May 27th, 2025. Without putting in the rest of this information, if I click save, it's going to save this data into the database, and it's going to automatically fire a query on this field. By hovering over the query, we can see the description says, this adverse event start date is prior to the participant's screen date. Please update the data. That's all of the information that we gave when we set up this query in the first place. At this point, our users can click into the query if they need to respond back to receive more information, or they can update this data if it is truly an error. In this case, maybe I made a mistake and I was supposed to put in the 28th of May. When I save this form, it does require a reason for change to be regulatory compliant. But as I save this, not only will it save the updated data, but it's going to automatically close that query because it's no longer necessary. Now every time a user enters in an adverse event start date that comes before that participant's screen date, a query will automatically fire and alert our study team. Setting up edit checks like this is an essential step for maintaining the quality of your data. That way it's rock solid when it comes time to submit to your regulatory authorities. And in Medrio, it's super easy to do that without any coding or programming experience required.